Morning. So we are continuing with the story of Brahmaji. So today we are going to understand a lot about Shiva and his forms, rather we call them Rudra, and we have to know what exactly happens with Rudra, because it's a very strange story. Brahmaji, as I told you all yesterday, that please don't understand that Brahmaji is somebody outside of us. But Brahmaji is something within us. It is like you are the Brahma. Okay? And because you are that, so you have to know this in a systematic manner. So I told you, Brahmaji, when he is having nothing to do and he has been given an instruction, do something. That means produce, reproduce. So he sits thinking, and because of his overthinking, he creates a lot of dangerous situations. And these dangerous situations are like the anxieties and anger and so on and so forth. So yesterday we saw that he created a lot of problems, and because of which these are called nescient engagements. Self-deception is the first thing that he produces, sense of death, anger, frustrations, the sense of false ownership, and illusory body conceptions and forgetfulness of one's real identity. So these are the 5 things that he produces first. After that, he thinks more about it and he says, oh, I did something wrong. So can I rectify the situation? And for rectification, what he does is, he says that I will create entities which are going to be very kind and good and very nice in this world. So he goes ahead and does that. And when he does that, his sons are created, which is called Sanaka, Sananda and all that. So when his sons are created, they are so much full of sattva that they are not interested in reproducing anything, and they tell their father, we don't care about anything, so we want to go and we want to take the name of God and meditate somewhere. And this infuriates the father, because the father is there for the purpose of generating further generation. That means he wants progenies, he wants the entire system to grow. But his 4 children, Brahmaji's 4 children, refuse that and say, we are not interested. All right? And when they say we are not interested in reproducing, the entire energy for reproduction is used up for the purpose of reaching the spiritual domain. We did that yesterday. Okay? And because of that, Brahmaji gets very angry. And because of Brahmaji's anger, what happens? His brows are knitted, and from that comes a form which is called Rudra. This is what happens to you also. You will find that, like we say, an empty vessel makes more noise. So initially, when you have nothing to do in this world, you will just create problems by sitting in one place. Thinking, you will create problems for your own self and the whole world also. First is you are going to self-deprecate yourself. You say, oh, I am the worst person on earth. I don't know this. I don't know that. Why is this world so bad? Aren't these the things that we talk about? And then we talk about others being bad people and nobody is caring for me. Nobody looks after me. These are the things. And after some time, you go through a process of, self-analyzing. You sit in one place and you analyze, okay, why am I doing like this? And when you say, why am I doing like this, what do? You want to be the best version of yourself. So you overdo things, isn't it? You want to do something, and when you want to do something, you would like to overdo things. Simple example would be what? Like you are very, very thin or very, very fat, whichever way. So let us say you are extremely fat. You are just sitting and eating, and suddenly one fine day you realize that you have become such a, very fat person and you don't know what to do. So you say, no, from tomorrow I am going to do, fasting and this and that and go for therapy, God knows, whatever that you want to do. And when you're doing that, you overdo it. Overdoing means what? You go to the gym literally like, every day, instead of doing it for half an hour or 1 hour, you double that time and say, if I do this more, I will become thinner, better, and faster and faster. It is called overdoing it. Now, when you overdo, what happens? A problem sets in. And that problem you cannot solve. So when you cannot solve the problem, you have to then become very sattvic in nature, and then you have to think about things. Okay, now I have to find solutions. And when you try to find solutions, you go to various doctors and, food specialists and God knows all those kind of fellows, and you go to Instagram and TikTok and YouTube and all those videos, and what do? You find solutions. When you're finding solutions, what happens? You create entities. That means your own, different personas. Now these personas, they say, oh, I want to be vegan. I want to be vegetarian. Meat eating is what is causing me. I should not be eating from outside. Fast food is not good for me. Isn't this what you do? Exactly how people do. Fast food is not good. This kind of food is not good. That kind of food is not good. I'll take only farm produce. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. And then on top of it, you will say, milk also. I'll reduce the milk quantity if you are a vegetarian. Now you have created extra sattva in your world. The sattva says, I don't care about you. I just want to leave you and go. And this sattva goes away. That is the 4 children. And that infuriates you more, and that you get more and more angry. When you get more and more angry, what happens? Anger creates another entity, and that entity is called Rudra. Rudra basically translates into anger. Okay? Now, I'm just giving an understanding. Alright? So, anger. Now, Rudra is created. So, this is where we had stopped. So, now we are going to continue today what Rudra does. So, we are doing Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Part 1, Chapter 12, Verse 12. Lord Brahma said, my dear boy Rudra, you have 11 other names. Manu, Manu, Manisa. Okay. Mahan, Siva, Ritadhwaja, Ugrareta, Bhava, Kala, Vamadeva, and Dhritavrata. So these are all the names that he has. And because he has so many names, these names all signify certain characteristics in this entity called Rudra. Okay. Now he says to him again, verse 13, O Rudra, you have 11 wives now. They are called Rudranis, and they are as follows: Dhi, Dhriti, Rasala, Uma, Niyut, Sarpi, Ila, Ambika, Iravati, Swadha, and Diksha. So many wives. One moment. I'll be back in a minute. Just wait. All right. So we'll continue from where we stopped. So one Rudra, 11 types of names and 11 wives for him. Now all these wives and Rudra together, they have to do something, isn't it? They have to get married and produce children. Remember, what is Brahmaji's main motivation? Is to create this entire world. So his creation also has to create, isn't it? It's a very simple formula. So now think on what is being said to you. Let us do the next 2 lines and then I will explain it to you. My dear boy, You may now accept all the names and places designated for you and your different wives. And since you are now one of the masters of the living entities, you may increase the population on a large scale. Now this is something which is Brahmaji is saying to his son. His son is who? Rudra. Rudra being his son, what does he say? First he has given him designation. Okay, that is the name. So names he has given so many of them. Manu, Manu, Manisa, Mahan, so on and so forth. These are the names. Then he has said that you can be in different locations. What is the location? The heart, the senses, the air of life, sky, air, fire, water, earth, sun, moon, so on. Now, at every location there is a Rudra. Okay? Every Rudra has a wife. Okay? So the wives are called Dhi, Dhriti, Rasala, Uma, Niyut, so on and so forth. So you got it? So what is Brahmaji saying over here? Brahmaji says, see, you are here, Rudra, you are my son. I have given you houses, places to stay. Because I have given you the houses and places and locations to stay, I have also provided you with wives. So as many wives, so there are many wives over here like Dritita and Rasala, Uma, Niyut and all that. So many wives are there. Now he says, now you go and set up your house. And since you have wives, now you have to be a master, and you are the master of the living entities. You may increase the population on a large scale. So this is something which is an instruction giving to Rudra. Alright. Now let us extrapolate on what I told you about human beings and how they create these problems for themselves. Remember, first we have a human being who is fat, who wants to then reduce his size, tries out various things like cutting down on his food and going in for specific food, going to the gym, doing exercises and this and that. Now, when he is doing that, I told you he has the habit of overdoing things, correct? Now, just let us take this person is going to the gym. I am sure all of you might have seen a gym, how it is. In a gym, there are various equipments meant for different purposes. Have you seen that? Something to create your biceps, your triceps, your this, your that, your calf muscles, your chest. Isn't it? But one thing is not there in the gym. Okay, and what is that one thing which is not there in the gym? You want to do your toning of the entire body except one thing, your brain. Okay, the gym doesn't provide you something to do with your brain, which is supposed to be a very, very important location. So you are really a brainless person going into the gym. So when you go to the gym, you have this habit of sitting on one place and doing. Have you noticed some people? I want to develop my this. I want to develop my this muscle. They will go and they will push themselves hard in that one direction. They will go on the treadmill and they will say, oh, last week I did 5 kilometers. Now let me do 10 kilometers. Really? And now I will do an incline. There is an incline, a button which will raise that thing higher. Right? And then you will say, now I want to do it faster. And you will increase your speed. Do you know you have done this? Those who go to the gym have done this. And when you do this, what happens? only one part of your body starts developing. Have you seen Popeye the Sailor Man? You know, when he eats that spinach, only one part of his body grows very fast. And that is this muscle, and the rest of the body is the same. So this is exactly what happens. Overdoing something, just doing it because some idiot has told you to do it. I told you, in the gym there is one thing lacking, no brain equipment. Because you are a duffer who is going to the gym and trying to think that, oh, I want to reduce my body, I want to make it strong, I want to do this and I want to do that. Most of the people who end up in gym, in a few years time, they will leave the gym and they will become a very sick guys, sick people. Why? Because you have to continue, sir. You can't just give it up suddenly. So this is the reason why things go wrong. And here, Brahmaji is telling him, okay, now go and produce children and grandchildren. Go. What? Alright, so let us see where he says this. So he says, my dear boy, you may now accept all the names and places designated for you and your different wives. And since you are now one of the masters of the living entities, you may increase the population on a large scale. Alright? So when you increase the population on a large scale means what? At different places where you have been given designated places, go with your wife and produce more children over there. Got the answer or no? So you start producing more children over there. In your life also you have done this. You have overdone things. You want to produce more children and grandchildren, so you are going to stress on some part of the body and you want to do something. Have you seen a marathoner? A person who does marathon. He starts training 6 months or 1 year before. And he will run 3 kilometers, 4 kilometers, 5 kilometers, 6 kilometers, quarter kilometers, quarter marathon, half marathon, full marathon. He will do all that. And then there is a race. And on the day of that marathon race and whatever, that day he will put in all his energies. After that he will relax. Finished. You relax after going for marathon. That means for 1 year you do all the activity to train yourself for doing that one thing. And then you are relaxing. Do you know this whole world is made like this only? Have you ever seen what the bees do? The bees do the same thing. Okay? All the birds, they do the same thing. All the creatures do the same thing. The fertilization of the bee, after the bee mates with that person, with that male bee, she kills him. Because he has used all his energy for one activity only. He has no energy left. He's become like this. Poor fellow, he has to die. So those who do these kind of things, overdoing themselves in the marathon, or doing sports activity and doing all kinds of nonsense, and suddenly they give up, they become like that. They become flabby, they become sick, they become tired, they don't know what to do with their life after that. And this is what happens. So this is a story up to here. Now we will continue more. So Rudra has been given the instructions, now go reproduce. The most powerful Rudra, whose bodily color was blue mixed with red, created many offsprings exactly resembling him in feature, strength and furious nature. Can you understand this? One Rudra and all those Rudranis that are there. They produce a lot of children. And all these children have features and qualities exactly resembling the father. What are the qualities? They are the qualities of the features, whatever that is there, the strength that is there in Rudra, and the anger that is there. So now think about it. If in one place you produce this, what happens? That part of the body will want more power or no? Isn't it the truth? So suppose you want to, increase your biceps. You have to eat stuff which is meant for biceps, isn't it? And you have to do exercises which are meant for biceps. This is what happens. Now let us come to other part of the world which I have not touched. And that part is called the second body or the third body. Okay. Now let us try talking about the third body, the third sheath that is there. The subtle body has a layer which is called the mind layer. Correct? So now let us try to understand what happens in the minds of person. So let us only discuss mind. So the first thing that happens is, starting from the beginning itself, a person is not doing anything in life. So when a person doesn't do anything in life, they have something which is called an empty mind. Do you know it? There is a saying which says, empty mind is a devil's workshop. Have you heard this saying or no? So this empty mind starts creating fake situations in life. I am sick. Nobody cares for me. Everybody is bad. I don't have any money. Nobody looks after me. I don't know what to do. I am depressed. I am this. I am that. I am the worst person on earth. Everybody looks at me as if I am some bad human being. Isn't this how the mind talks? And when a person who is in that mental condition talks about it, may meet someone or may themselves decide that they cannot be such mentally disturbed. So they say, no, from tomorrow onwards, I am going to think positive. Really? I will join all these classes, I will read Napoleon Hill and all these great people. They go buy all these fancy books. They go to bookstores and they buy fancy books from there. What? Think and Grow Rich. Those kind of books that are there. And they will say, I'm going to study all the books at one time. And they start studying these books. And they look at the books and they start implementing in their lives. I will get up early in the morning instead of getting up at 6 o'clock, I'll get up at 3:30. I'll get up at 4. What are you doing? You are overdoing it. First and foremost, you are a duffer who has not even learned how to get up at 6 and you want to get up at 4 o'clock and 3:30. Aren't you an idiot who is trying out stupid stuff? So don't do that. But people don't have the knowledge, so they overdo things. And when they overdo things, what happens? They cannot do it after some time. I told you, when you overdo some things, what happens? Then you fall sick. Something comes in the way. And then they have a million reasons for not doing it. If you ask them why they didn't do this, what can I do? I don't know. Nothing is working. How is it going to work? You think it's going to work in one day, but the person doesn't understand. They want quick results. They want to do something faster and faster. Doesn't work. And then anger sets in them. Because things are not working around them, anger comes in them because, like I said, empty mind is a devil worship, blah, 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 all that. So when they get angry, they don't know why they are getting angry also. Because there is nothing in them to do, so they are getting angry for no rhyme. And then you can keep on blaming the whole world for it. My anger is there because I didn't get this. My anger is there because this person is like this. My anger is there because I don't care for it. All those kind of things. And that anger creates the power which is called Rudra. Now when Rudra is created, do you think Rudra stays in one place? He has been given 11 destinations from the heart to every part of the body. So this anger spreads to every part of the body. And because this anger spreads to all the part of the body, children are produced there because they have got wives over there, isn't it? An anger which is like this. So let us say you are angry with your spouse. Now just the idea that you are angry with your spouse will create a cascading situation in that world. You are angry with staying in one place. I don't like this place. I hate the people over here. A cascading situation is created. These are called children and grandchildren. Unnecessarily, you are getting into states which are of no consequence in this world. And then there are great people in this world who are called blame shifters. You know blame shifters? People who love to shift the blame on somebody else. They don't look at themselves, they look at other people and find faults. Other people. Not me. The other person is bad. Not me. I am very good. I am extremely good. I do all the things in the world. The other person is an idiot. And they keep on extrapolating on that. Oh, this other person is like this only. He is not like that. He is like this. He is like this. You have created a Rudra, and that Rudra is extrapolated further into children and grandchildren. And when that happens, you, the creator, is having second thoughts. Don't you have second thoughts then? What the hell am I doing over here? What is this all happening? This should not have happened. I created this world for something better. I went to the gym so that I can be a good human being. I can have a good figure. I can go around. I can do this. I can do that. That's what you did. I got married so that I can have a good married life. That is your thinking. Alright? So now this is called regrets. So the sons and the grandsons created by Rudra were unlimited in number. And when they assembled together, they attempted to devour the entire universe. When Brahma, the father of the living entity, saw this, he became afraid of the situation. The situation is such that you yourself become fearful. You don't know what to do. All kinds of wrong thoughts are going to come. Remember, the person was going to the gym. He is also going to think in the similar manner. He says, what is the point of going to the gym? This gym is useless. Blaming the gym, blaming the equipment, blaming the trainer, blaming the whole world. Waste of money I did. Why did I go there? It's just a waste of money. So you have produced children and grandchildren, and it is just a sheer waste. And then what happens? You are afraid of the situation. You don't know how to go ahead. So Brahmaji told to Rudra, O best among demigods, there is no need for you to generate living entities in this nature. They have begun to devastate everything on all sides, and the fiery flames on their eyes, they have even attacked me. Can you imagine? This is what happens. The person who is in this position starts doing all the wrong things, breaking things, destroying them, slapping, beating, getting or trying all kinds of stunts, playing with their own body, playing with somebody else's body, and trying to make a mess of the whole life of theirs. This is how it works. So the same person who has gone to the gym will start blaming the equipment. And he will say, you know your equipment. He'll tell the gym owner, your equipment doesn't work properly. Remember, what is one thing missing in the gym is the brain equipment. There is no brain equipment there. So the person who doesn't have brains, he is going to blame the other world, the whole world, for whatever that is happening. Your equipment is bad. Then he will say, you did not train me properly. The third thing they will say is, you should have a good amount of exercises to be done for all the things over here. But nobody is there. Then you go to the person who is providing you the diet. Your diet is not working. You are a stupid person. You told me I have to eat this and I have to eat that, but that is not working on me. So blaming the whole world starts. You come home and you start blaming your wife also. You never gave me proper food. You never did this thing for me and you never did that thing for me. That is also there. The mind in place says the same thing. The situations have to be applied in our own life. The mind also starts extrapolating, and extrapolating it, they will create more enmity everywhere. So Brahmaji, that is you, have to tell everybody, can you stop this nonsense, please? Can you just shut it down? I don't want to listen to this. Can you please calm down just now? I don't want. You have created too much of problems now in my life. Can we just go and calm ourselves down somewhere? And that is what happens. And then when you want to calm down, what do you do? My dear son, you better situate yourself in penance, which is auspicious for all living entities, and which will bring all benediction upon you. By penance only shall you be able to create the universe as it was before. So he is telling his son, Brahmaji is telling his son Rudra, see, you have messed up this whole thing, First and foremost, I gave you a place, I gave you a wife, I gave you a very good, position of authority, and now you have messed it up so badly by creating children and everybody who are not even listening to anybody. The whole world is messed up. Now can you do one thing? Can you just calm this thing, hold down? And my suggestion to you is, go and sit in a place and meditate. So what do people do? Those who have messed up their life, what do they end up doing? I will join spirituality. I will go to all the Babajis and all the gurus of this world. Maybe I will get peace of mind. I will go to the Himalayas. As if there is peace in the Himalayas. There is no peace anywhere. But this is what they want to do. They want to do penance. So if somebody has wronged another person, what do they want to do when they have wronged that person? They want to buy them gifts. They want to make peace with them. They want to do a lot of things. If you have gone and messed up with your wife, you want to give her a good sari. You want to give her a holiday. You want to take her out. You want to give her roses and everything. That means you are repenting for it. It is called penance in the other world. In the world of spirituality, it means penance. You are doing all these kind of things because you want to rectify the situation. And Brahmaji has told him, isn't it? Go now, go and do penance. Calm yourself down. Become peaceful. Do everything that you can do. Peace. I don't know what to do with all these ganas that you have created. You know what ganas are, no? So Rudra has created his entire army of all the destructive elements in this world. So Bhoot, Pret, Pishach, everybody is now created by Rudra. Because Rudra was given instruction, go reproduce. Reproducing doesn't just mean one thing. It means that you have to produce a whole batch load of things. That is what happened. My dear son, you better situate yourself in penance, which is auspicious for all living entities, and which will bring all benediction upon you. By penance only shall you be able to create the universe as it was before. Who is telling this? The perpetrator is telling. Who is the perpetrator there? The father, Brahmaji. Don't look at the father yourself. Look at your own self. You are the one who has created this mess. Now you are telling your own self, no, I have got to become peaceful. I have to go Guruji's classes, I should join, Maybe I should learn meditation a little bit, yoga classes I can do. Guruji doesn't teach, but unfortunately, then you will want to go somewhere else. Maybe I'll join this yoga school over here. As if yoga is going to give you some peace. No. I will do meditation every day. That also won't give you peace, but you still want to believe in that. So this is what happens. So regrets. Why am I into this? Why did I get married? In the first place, why should I be doing all these things? I should not have done. My father and mother are stupid people. They forced me to marry. They are not the ones who have to force you to marry. Nobody has forced you. You are a grown-up yourself. You married yourself. You should have said no and got lost like last time. I told you, like Sanaka, Sanatana and all those. You should have done that. Why did you get married? Anybody told you? Remember the story of the bee and that male bee and the female bee? Like that. All energy at one time. Produce 1 billion children, 1 million children maybe. That is all you do. And finally you get killed in that. So human beings are like that. This is a very tough lesson. So Brahmaji tells him, go to the Himalayas and go and meditate. And that is the reason why you will find that Rudra goes to the Himalayas. And there he wants to meditate. After messing up the whole thing in this world. Because who? His father told him to mess up. Overdoing things is called misinterpretation. Get married, have children, do this, build a house, have cars, enjoy your life, put bank balances. And that is going to give you peace of mind. Say these words to yourself. You idiot, look at your own parents. Have you ever seen them happy? Have you ever seen your own parents ever happy after having a house, after having an idiot like you, a child? A nice job, bank balances, made a house for themselves. Were they ever happy? Were your grandparents ever happy? Look at your friends also. Was anybody ever happy? Is that what you are looking for? Then what made you think that what you are getting is going to make you happy, peaceful, nice and all that? Well, Brahmaji told you, isn't it? Yeah. Brahmaji was very smart enough to tell you, go son, go get married, very nice. And once you have got the wife, I've given you a designated place, okay? Now you got a job, you got this, you got that, now produce children. Those children are like ganas, Ganas, what they are? Destructive characters. And these destructive characters are not silent. They are ganas. And now, because of all this, you say to yourself, I just want peace in this world. I have gone through hell in my life. I want to just calm myself down. I want to go and maybe, join some school of meditation and all that. Oh, fine. Okay. So now what happens is very different. So now you have gone to this place. What to do? To have a peace of mind. So now we are coming back to Brahmaji and his other part of the story. Now we continue. Rudra's story is nearly over, finished. Now we start with another part of what Brahmaji does further mess ups. Because he is known for, when you do Rajasic activity, you are messing up. You know what Rajasic activity is? When you take up a job and you may think that I have got a very beautiful position, I'm the CEO of a company. I will earn a lot and I will do this and I will become some Elon Musk tomorrow. Nothing happens. On the contrary, you have all the stresses in the world. You have to go and visit your psychiatrist. You have to go and visit your doctors. You have to take a long holiday because, I should go to a cool place, maybe Switzerland, and take about 1 month over there. This is what you want to do. It never pays. So, Brahmaji, who was empowered by Sri Krishna, thought of generating living entities and begot 10 sons for the extension of the generation. Like we always say these words, once bitten, twice shy, they say, no? But actually the saying is wrong. Once bitten is not twice shy. Once bitten, you like to get yourself bitten once again. So it is continuously biting that you like. You are like a person who enjoys masochism. You know how masochists work or no? You have seen those people on the road, they have that, one big chabuk in their hand. What do you call that? And they will do fatak, fatak, fatak. They will keep on beating themselves up. So you have become like that. Okay? Immune to beating. Because you have become immune to beating and immune to doing all the wrong stuff in the world, so you continue to do all the wrong stuff. So Brahmaji does further wrong. Remember, the intention is what? He thought of generating living entities. For what? For extension of the generations. He wants to extend the generations. And for which he thinks, in the last gym, when they went to the gym, what happened was, all the parts of the body got developed, but one part of the body was not developed. What is that? Brain. Knowledge never got developed. Have you ever seen a cricketer, a footballer, a person who goes to the gym, or any other these kind of people who do excess physical activity, ever intelligent? They are the most unintelligent people in the world. They only know how to make money, but their general level of intelligence is zero. So those who are playing all these cricket matches and all, there are millions who are watching these people also. They are equally in that level of ignorance. It's not that I am saying these words, but these words are here. So Brahmaji in turn says, let me produce intelligent children. Got the point? So now Brahmaji is going to now defer himself, and he will say, now Rudra I produced, I made a mess of it. Okay? Now I have told Rudra, go to the Himalayas and go and settle down over there. Come on. Now he produces the next living entities. What are those next living entities? These are basically 10 great sages. He produces them: Marichi, Atri, Angira, Pulatsya, Pulaha, Kratu, Bhrigu, Vashishta, Daksha and Narada. They were thus born. Everybody is a very intelligent being. Okay, please do not discount their intelligence. Because Marichi, great person. Atri, very great person. Like that, Everybody is super intelligent. Have you ever seen them in the gym? No way. These people are never going to go to the gym. So Atri Muni, you think he is going to go and do some gym work? No. He is not even going to be going around walking anywhere. They are all going to sit in one place. Library of information. So, these are the children which Brahmaji produces. Now, today we are going to be stopping at a particular point because there is an introduction of a very dangerous subject which we will do tomorrow. Okay, so let me do this next verse also. Once that verse comes, I will stop. Narada was born from the deliberation of Brahma, which is the best part of his body. Remember, deliberation, thinking. So by thinking, he creates an entity which is a great thinker. And he only takes one name. Narayana, 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 Narayana. That's all he says. But he is constantly knowledge incarnate. So Narada was born from deliberation of Brahma, which is the best part of his body. Which is the best part of his body? Up here, the brain. Vashishta was born from breathing. Vashishta Muni came because of his breath. Daksha was from his thumb. Bhrigu was from his touch. And Kratu was from his hand. Pulatsya was generated from his ears. Angira from his mouth. Atri from his eyes. Marichi from the mind. And Pulaha from the navel of Brahma. Mind is not up here, mind is over here. So mind is near your center part of the body. So Atri from his eyes. Marichi from the mind. And Pulaha from the navel of Brahma. Religion was manifested from the breast of Brahma. Not the heart, the breast. So religion came from there. Wherein is seated, the Sri Krishna is seated in the form of Narayana. So Narayana is always going to be in this portion of the body. The breast of Brahmaji. And irreligion appeared from his back, where horrible death takes place from the living entities. So these are knowledge bases which got created in all these different locations. They have been designated locations. So if I have to, suppose I come from a particular category, I know where I have to look at, isn't it? So the Rishi Muni that I follow, okay, where would he be? For me, my Gurudev is always in the eyes. Atri Muni is from the eyes. Okay, so that is the place where he comes from. Dattatreya, Atri. Alright, so this is how it works. So Brahmaji has now created all these people. Now one more verse. Lust and desire became manifested from the heart of Brahma. Dangerous location. Now you understand why we draw a heart when we are in love with an arrow piercing it, no? So Brahmaji created lust and desire over there. And anger from in between the eyebrows. Like this. Greed from between the lips. People are greedy from there. The power of speaking from the mouth, the ocean from his penis, and low and abominable activities from his anus is the source of all sins. Down below is the source of all sins. Sage Kardama, husband of great Devahuti, was manifested from the shadow of Brahma. Brahma had his own shadow. So from the shadow, Kardama Muni was born. Thus all became manifested from either the body or the mind of Brahma. So we have come to the end of verse 27 and we will stop over here for today. The explanation of it I will give you all tomorrow in the introduction, and later on I will continue with the story, which is, like I said, you may not like it. So we'll stop over here for today.